What makes a great leader? I think when you look at great leaders, I think they're strong in 3 areas. Not just 1 or 2, but 3. 1 is around this strategic thinking and leadership. Now, some may be very good at thinking and less at leadership, and some may be just very good at strategic leadership. In other words, very clearly articulating what's your business strategy, where do you want to head as a company, and what directions can you set for your people, and what relationships do you want to have with partners, is one angle. I think the second is around people. If you look at the great leaders, and I think if I look at the times as I've evolved as a leader, I think the better you are at picking the right person, developing that person, and giving the right framework to be successful, and making sure that they're great at picking people, I think the people element is a super critical area. The third one is, well, sometimes people would say great leaders are great at strategic thinking and great at people, but I don't roll my sleeves up. I don't do great excellence and execution. And I think if you look at the companies which have been very successful, the difference is sometimes not just the idea, but it's the execution of the idea. So therefore, a great leader to me is this balance between can they think, can they lead? From the people perspective, can they hire, develop, and motivate? And then thirdly, can you just make sure that you execute on the idea which you had in a very kind of quick, crisp, clean way, and make sure that during the whole process you create this kind of learning environment to make sure you learn from kind of what didn't work just as much as what kind of worked. So how do you develop leaders in a company? I think you've got to look at some attributes of what it takes to be a great leader, and then see that potential in people and then coach. So, and I think then you've got to make sure that whether it's from a strategic thinking and leadership perspective, whether it's from a people or excellent execution, you've got to put people in a situation where they can learn and get coached. So if I go back over the years, there's many examples where you can say, take somebody who was good in one particular area, such as working with the traditional channel, and then take that person and then put them into a completely new business, such as the consumer business, such as our gaming console, and coach them through their through the way they approach it, and how they go about thinking what the strategy should be, how they think about what type of people they should hire, and coaching them on the hiring process, not telling them, coaching them. We have many unplugged sessions, whether that's with new starters, people who've been here for 10 years, just kind of listening to what they're trying to achieve, but also in this situation making sure they understand what the big picture is, but never with the detail. And it's kind of a contrary statement when I'm saying you've got to be very good at excellence and execution to be a leader, but you've got to do it in a way where you do not do everything and you don't tell people how to do everything. In our world, it's about creating that environment. So it's about identifying talent, it's about developing talent, and the way you develop talent, certainly inside Microsoft, is not through any kind of outside business school. It really is picking them, stretching them in very challenging roles which we have inside the company, but making sure that you are there as this kind of coach to help them through that process.